Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Today I just want to do a real quick video talking about Dillian Whyte. I haven't did too many videos talking about him in the heavyweight division too much, just because a lot of the potential fights and a lot of the fighters, it's always kind of unpredictable or up in the air what's going to happen. Like more recently, like we still don't know if Wilder Fury 2 is going to happen straight up this year. AJ, he's changing his April 13th date, which was supposed to be a Dillian Whyte rematch, maybe. He's changing that to a Madison Square Garden date in June against Gerald Miller. Those are all still potential talks. So I just kind of want to talk a little bit about Dillian Whyte and his frustration with Anthony Joshua and just trying to get a fight made with him. I can kind of understand where he's coming from right now because after his win against Derek Chisora, AJ, he came to the ring, he was talking this junk about, if I can't fight Wilder, I'll fight you. And who wants to see the rematch? And he was trying to get the crowd in the uproar. So it was kind of looking like Dillian Whyte would get that shot. And a little bit later, the offer that was put out to him, that put out to Dillian Whyte, according to Dillian Whyte, it was a lowball offer. According to him, the offer was lower than what he made for the Derek Chisora fight. So, then there was a rumor about him fighting Vladimir Klitschko next. Vladimir Klitschko, he stated that was fake news. He don't have any plans on returning to fight Dillian Whyte, which I'm sure he might return somewhere down the line, but he don't want to return against somebody as dangerous as Dillian Whyte right now. But right now, AJ is looking like he's about to fight Gerald Miller. Dillian Whyte, he doesn't really have a solid opponent sitting at right now. And I can kind of, like I said, I can kind of understand his frustration right now because what I want to talk about is I feel like he does deserve a title shot, whether it be Wilder or it be AJ. More so AJ because I think, he definitely did enough to earn that rematch and he wants to get that revenge. I'm not the biggest AJ fan, or I'm not really the biggest Dillian Whyte fan either. I'm just calling it down the middle. When a guy deserves a shot, I got to call it. Dillian Whyte, he's kind of been working hard. He has been working hard since the AJ loss back in December 2015. Since then, he's fought 9 times. He's fought guys like David Allen, former world titleist Joseph Parker, Helenius, just guys from different levels. He fought these different levels for discipline and then went up to fight a former champion. Then he's been fighting stay active fights. He's just been kind of doing all that. 9 fights in between, 2015 and up to now to try to get that shot, at the titles. And to me, I got to give that guy respect for that. A while back I was saying he should fight Ortiz. He should fight Ortiz, which he could in the meantime, man. Like, just fight Ortiz to kind of get, these champions in a corner, like AJ, to get AJ in the corner. Go ahead and, take Ortiz out if you can. I know that would be a real tough fight and it could stop your chances to fight AJ again. But, sometimes you got to do that. You got to do what you got to do to kind of corner a guy like AJ. Because right now, AJ, I said this before, I was telling somebody this, AJ, he kind of reminds me of the guy, like back in the day, if we didn't have a basketball and we were just out on the court, just chilling, waiting for somebody with one, the guy with the basketball, he would come along. And since he knew it was his ball, he would try to play by his own rules. And if you didn't play by his rules or if he started losing or if he get fouled, he would take the ball home. That's kind of what AJ's doing. All these other guys out here, they want to play. They want to get down. They want to play, but the guy with the ball, he makes all the choices. Which for AJ, I understand that. Yeah, he's the money man. He's the attraction. He's got all the belts. But at the same time, as a guy who not only makes the money, but you got the belts, you still have a job to perform too as a heavyweight champion. It's not like everything is at your hands now or everything falls at your feet. To me, the job gets harder because you have to defend those titles against, any legit contender. And right now, Dillian Whyte is that legit contender, man, because like I said, he's beat 9 guys since the last time they fought, and I feel like he has improved. And whether or not he feels he improved, I mean, you can't keep on like fighting these same old guys all the time. A lot of people give Wilder a lot of trouble or a lot of hate over who he fights, who he's taking on, but Wilder actually stepped out of the box more than Anthony Joshua did in 2018. Yeah, he was losing in those 2 fights against Fury and Ortiz, but he took on the 2 most dangerous opponents, knocked one of them out, then came back and knocked one of them down and fought him to a draw. Whether you believe it or not, he was able to do that So he's kind of been going out of the box. You know, Wilder's kind of been going out of the box, where AJ, he's kind of just been prodding along with the belts, you know. A really lackluster fight against somebody like Takam. You know, he got outboxed by Povetkin before he knocked him out. So he hasn't really been there with big challenges anyway, you know. So why not step out of the box against somebody like Dillian Whyte? Like Dillian Whyte said, he feels like he's not a journeyman no more, which he's not. He feels like he's a big attraction in the UK. He's a pay-per-view fighter in the UK, and a lot of people want to see him fight. So why not just make this April 13th date with Dillian Whyte? Because to me, Dillian Whyte is more deserving over a shot than Gerald Miller is, man. So Gerald Miller, yeah, he's undefeated and been fighting his way up. But at the same time, he hasn't really fought enough fighters to prove that he's the championship material or contender. You know, whereas Dillian Whyte, since fighting AJ, he's fought 9 times, you know, and won some in knockout fashion. You know what I mean? He's just been trying to stay busy and stay active. So I feel like he deserves that now, because style-wise, I feel like he puts on a more entertaining style than Gerald Miller would. And I feel like the April 13th date would be a bigger attraction for the heavyweight division than Joshua fighting, surprisingly, to me now. Joshua would be better of a fight in the UK than Joshua and Miller here in Madison Square Garden, because the only reason Joshua is fighting here in America now is because he saw what Wilder and Fury did as far as numbers, you know. Before, he didn't want to fight in America. He didn't want to fight He didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder here. Now he wants to fight. Now he wants to fight in the United States because Wilder Fury did such good numbers. So, you know, it's kind of hard to tell where AJ's at with his, you know, as far as, you know, what he's going to do with these belts and what he's going to do with this championship status. But yeah, man, I just kind of want to do a little video on Dillian Whyte, because I felt like, yeah, in my opinion, he deserves a title shot. You know, he deserves the rematch against Anthony Joshua. If he can't, and if the Wilder Fury fight doesn't get made, I'd like to see Deontay Wilder and Dillian Whyte fight. I'd like to see that fight, because that's something different for Deontay Wilder. Again, you know, Dillian Whyte, he is a free agent. You know, he could sign with Al Heyman. He could sign with Arum. I would prefer he signed with Al Heyman so he could get these big heavyweight fights like Luis Ortiz or Deontay Wilder. So, you know, hopefully he does something like that, man. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Just kind of want to talk about the heavyweight division. I haven't really done that too much. But, yeah, man, I think Dillian Whyte deserves a title shot. What do you guys think? Let me know. Combo Breaker 99. Make sure I subscribe. I'm out. Peace.